Huh? Why aren't you eating, Madison? My sister-in-law Judy would say that when she saw that I had not touched my food at all. I looked down and said, "Because I'm just a wife." Huh? What do you mean? Judy asked me for more details, and I told her the facts about the situation that's been going on. As a wife and a daughter-in-law, I am not allowed to eat until everyone in this house has finished eating. Hearing this, Judy got up from her seat and stood in front of my mother-in-law, Layla. "Mom, just get out of this house." My name is Madison. I am a 30-year-old housewife. I have been married to my husband, Carl, for 3 years. I am currently busy raising our 2-year-old child and working part-time. But my husband and I get along very well, and we enjoy watching our cute child grow up together. My husband works hard every day and earns enough for the family. I think my relationship with my husband is good because I can respect him in that way. We are living happily like that, but I have one problem. And that problem is my mother-in-law, Layla. Our house is very close to our parents-in-law's house, and it only takes about 10 minutes to get there by walk. Therefore, my mother-in-law calls me over for her own convenient reasons. She asks me to do things for her, such as finding the remote control for the TV, washing the dishes because they are piling up, or doing something for her because she doesn't know how to use her smartphone. She treats me like a handyman or her personal housekeeper. I can forgive her for doing this if this happens once in a while. However, Layla calls me almost every day, sometimes twice in one day. To be honest, it's a huge hassle. Besides, Layla is not in need of nursing care, nor is she physically disabled. She is perfectly healthy. That's why I would like her to take care of all these things by herself. However, Layla does not care about such things and calls me over to her house and uses me while bullying me around. By the way, unlike Layla, my father-in-law Nathan is very kind. However, Layla always calls me over when Nathan was not around. And before Nathan would come back home, she would force me out of her house. Since she was so persistent and it was hard to deal with her every time, I discussed my husband about it. My husband immediately warned Layla about it, but she then vehemently objected, saying, "I didn't do anything that mean." And she was furious and protested against what my husband was saying to her. She refused to admit that she had been abusive or bullying me. My husband was troubled by this, and all he could do was to say, "Just don't hurt my precious wife." However, Layla continued to call me up and do the same thing over and over. I wanted to discuss about it to my husband again, but he had recently been promoted, and his work has become much busier. He has been working overtime more and more, and he's exhausted every day, so I honestly cannot put this burden on my husband. Therefore, I stayed quiet and endured Layla's treatment towards me. Over time, Layla's bullying gradually became more and more severe. It used to be just a little thing, but nowadays I was physically exhausted because of her demanding requests. I had to do all the housework at my parents-in-law's house, and even for Layla's friend's birthday celebration, I had to go to the city to buy some meals for the party. I am exhausted every day, and I am always Layla's slave on the days I don't have a part-time job. And seeing this, Layla seemed to enjoy controlling me, always grinning and happily ordering me around. And she would often ask me to make her lunch, and when I made one for myself as well, she suddenly became angry. "Why are you eating at the same time as me?" "Excuse me?" "Don't you know how to respect your elders? I'm the boss of this house. You are just a daughter-in-law and just a wife. You are not allowed to eat without my permission." No way. In the end, I had no choice but to accept her unreasonable instruction. What I made at that time was pasta, but Layla ate it slowly on purpose. And when I finally got to eat, the pasta had stretched so much, and plus, it was cold. I was nothing but a slave, being treated like a slave and not being able to eat my meals without Layla's permission. I didn't need to be treated to the point where I'm suffering if I'm just taking care of Layla. I thought so and made up my mind that I would never go to her house, no matter what she said to me. But then, Nathan became sick, and he needed nursing care. I owe Nathan a lot. When I married my husband, Nathan warned Layla when she was being mean to me, and when she spoke ill of me at a family gathering, Nathan corrected her and saved me from being misunderstood by my relatives. After that, when my husband and I visited my in-laws, he spoke to me kindly and treated me really well. That is why I wanted to help Nathan when he was in need. If he needed care, I was willing to take the lead in caring for him. But then I would have to face Layla again every time I went to my parents-in-law's house. But my gratitude for Nathan is stronger. I told my husband that I would mainly take care of Nathan. My husband was very grateful and contacted Nathan right away. Just then I received a call from Layla and she ordered me saying, "My husband needs care, so you do it." It was really a bad timing, and I was so angry. I wanted to do it on my own, but this makes it sound like Layla told me to go and take care of him. I was annoyed, but I replied back saying, I already told Nathan via my husband that I would take care of him. To that, Layla exclaimed, "Well, come on, hurry up then," and hung up the phone. Then I started going to my parents-in-law's house every day to take care of Nathan. Nathan thanked me every time, saying, "Thank you. I'm really sorry for the hassle." Nathan tells me many interesting stories while I took care of him. Even though I come over to my in-laws' place, I feel totally different when I come for Layla and when I come for Nathan. I feel much lighter when I come for Nathan. But here, too, Layla began to bother me. "Hey, Madison, hurry up and cook dinner." Layla tries to interrupt me while I was taking care of Nathan. Right now, I have to take care of Nathan first. I decided that I could not let Layla win here, so I put Nathan first above anything else. Layla's face turned red, and she was angry, but I tried not to care. "Since you can do it, please, do it yourself." I will never do as what Layla asks me to do. I was determined to stay firm and stick to my guts. However, Layla became angry with me and took a surprising action. One day, I went to Nathan's room to take care of him, but his wheelchair was not there. I wondered where it was. I looked frantically for it, but could not find it. Moreover, Layla was out of town at that time. It was then that I realized that Layla had intentionally hidden it. She did that just to bully me. If I did not put Layla first, she would interfere with my care, and I was thoroughly disgusted by her. How selfish could she be? I ended up doing my best, without a wheelchair, to take Nathan to the bathroom, to the bath, and to take care of him. Even though Nathan was getting older and lighter, it was still quite difficult to move while supporting an adult male all on my own. I was very exhausted and tired that day. Just as I was sitting on the sofa to rest a little, Layla came home. "Hey, what are you doing?" Layla shouted at me as soon as she saw me. "This is not your house. I'm home, so you should at least serve me tea and snacks." I got my tired body up and did as I was told, and served her tea and snacks. "Layla, where is Nathan's wheelchair?" When I asked, Layla grinned and said, "Oh, it's in the shed." "Why? Nathan needs it every day." "But I don't use it and it's in the way." "If you want to use the wheelchair, you need my permission. I have the keys to the shed." No way. Layla put on a victorious face and ordered me to obey her. If I don't do this, I won't be able to properly care for Nathan. I had no choice but to be patient and do as Layla said. After that, even though I was taking care of Nathan, when Layla called for me, I had to go to her, which was really tough. If I was even a little bit late, Layla would yell at me in a terrible manner. Layla made me even more nervous and exhausted, both physically and mentally. Then I received a phone call from my sister-in-law, Judy. "Hello, Madison, how are you? I heard you've been taking care of my dad lately. Thank you so much." "No problem." "Huh? What's wrong?" "Huh? Oh, it's nothing." I guess I sounded really tired. My voice was not energetic at all, and Judy was worried about me. "Madison, I'm going back to my parents' house at the end of this year." Judy said that as she hung up the phone. If Judy would come back home, Layla might be a little quieter. I was a little relieved that I might be able to relax just at the end of the year. 2 weeks passed, and the end of the year arrived in no time. Layla was excited because Judy was coming home for the first time in a while. Judy works for a major company and is an elite that she worked overseas for a long time. Although she is currently in the US, she often goes on overseas business trips. Because of this, she doesn't often return to her parents' home, and this was her first visit home in a long time.
Judy, it's been a long time.
Layla greeted Judy with a happy look on her face.
Come on in. Madison, hurry up and get the tea cakes ready.
Layla would say that and immediately order me around. Then Judy said gently to me, Madison, don't worry about me. Your priority is Dad. When Judy said so, Layla said,
I guess it can't be helped then,
and gave me priority to care for Nathan. Later, it was time to eat, and we all ate the dinner I had prepared. During the meal, Layla continued to say bad things about me.
This dinner is so boring, isn't it? Since Judy came home, you should have made it more grandeur.
I'm sorry. When I apologized, Judy came to my rescue again. I can't eat many of the things that are sold as pre-made food in supermarkets. I'm glad that today's dishes are all things I want to eat. When Judy said this, Layla frowned and got silent. Nathan seemed happy to see Judy for the first time in a while and said, Let's have a drink today. I brought a beer and put it in front of Nathan.
Thank you, Madison. It's great of you to always be so quick and caring.
Nathan complimented me and I was happy. Seeing this, Layla didn't like it and said,
How annoying. That's how you try to get people to like you.
And complained once again. Layla ruined the nice mood by saying that, and I kept getting irritated with her. By the way, my husband had to attend a party at his company and is scheduled to come over to my parents-in-law's house later this evening. So my husband is not here right now. If my husband were here, he and Judy would immediately warn her. However, since my husband is not here, Layla took this opportunity to bully me. That's when Judy seemed to notice something. Huh? Why aren't you eating, Madison? Judy said this when she saw that I had not touched my food at all. I looked down and said, Because I'm just a wife. Huh? What do you mean? Judy asked me for more details and I told her what was going on. As a daughter-in-law and a wife, I'm not allowed to eat until everyone in this house has finished eating. What the heck? Wait a minute, Mom. What's the meaning of this? When Judy asked Layla about it, she said this as if it was a normal thing.
Of course. She's just a daughter-in-law and just a wife, so it's only natural, right? A wife eats only after her husband's family has finished eating.
Hearing this, Judy got up from her seat and stood in front of Layla. Mom, just get out of this house.
What?
Layla's eyes widened when she heard Judy say that.
What's with you all of a sudden?
Both Madison and Dad have reached their limit with that attitude of yours, Mom. Saying that, Judy shoved the divorce papers in front of Layla.
Huh? What do you mean? Why is there Nathan's sign on it?
When Layla was surprised, Nathan opened his mouth.
Judy brought this for me, and I signed it just now.
Why do you want a divorce?
That's because you've been skipping out on taking care of me all these years and pushing everything on Madison, isn't it? You've been talking terrible things about me while I've been sleeping, and I've been recording all of it, you know?
What?
Apparently, Nathan had a voice recorder tucked under his pillow and recorded the bad things Layla was saying about Nathan. He then contacted Judy and reported it to her and asked her to help him divorce with Layla. So that's why Judy came here today.
Madison, I am really sorry for all the trouble I have caused you. I'm going to kick her out of this house for good now. And I'll sell this house and use the money so I can get into a nursing facility.
Nathan. When he said this, Layla's face turned pale.
No way! If you divorce me now, what am I supposed to do? I've been a full-time housewife all my life, supporting my family, and you treat me like this?
You've been a housewife all your life, but you haven't done any housework at all. I'm not forcing you to cook, but I know that you were sneaking around and transferring the prepared foods you bought to the plate and making it look like you cooked them yourself.
When Nathan cornered Layla like that, Judy also began to say this. As long as there is evidence of you neglecting care and housework like this, Dad can claim alimony from you, Mom.
Oh no! I can't pay alimony!
Then we'll have to offset it with the division of property. If that's not possible, let's communicate through a lawyer right away.
When Nathan said this with a firm attitude, Layla finally gave up. Then, with a pale face, she signed the divorce papers. After that, their divorce was finalized. Layla was kicked out of the house and is now working part-time and living a poor life in a shabby apartment. Nathan sold their house and went into a nursing care facility. My husband and daughter and I often visit Nathan at the facility. Nathan also has made friends at the facility and seems to be enjoying his time there. When my husband found out that Layla had treated me in such a way, he apologized to me and said that he would file a claim for alimony for the emotional distress she had caused me. My husband's friend's lawyer helped me and I was able to get Layla to pay me alimony. My husband said,
I'm sorry I've been so busy that I haven't been able to handle this properly, but I wanted you to discuss to me instead of keeping it to yourself.
I reflected on this incident and decided that I would definitely talk to him about any issues that might arise in the future. Still, I am glad that I am free from Layla now. From now on, I will concentrate on my life with my husband and daughter and try to spend happy and joyful days. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to our channel. See you in our next video.